All right, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to NGS Div B East Week 1. This is Kentucky Murloc Chicken against Team Skyarch. Only one game played so far for this week for either of these teams. Kentucky Murloc Chicken have already lost a map. This is Skyarch's first of the week. Our map bans, banned out by KMC, BOE, Skyarch, choosing to ban out Dragonshire. We'll be heading to Tomb of the Spider Queen first. That's going to be followed up by Cursed Hollow. I like both of these map choices. Going to places a little bit differently. We're getting away from the usual NGS trappings. None of the quote-unquote silly StarCraft maps either. We'll take a look at our rosters here. You'll notice real quick, with Team Skyarch down there, we have a lot of flexes. This is the type of team that likes to go with their sort of favorite heroes. We know that they're likely going to have something going on that's different. They got a lot of comfort picks. They're going to be a little unpredictable. Good bunch of guys. Like they're fun. We're going to be headed right into our draft right now. Let's go ahead and get this guy started. Once again, Division B East, Week 1, Kentucky Murloc Chicken and Team Skyarch coming at you.
Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Let's get rid of our all chat, shall we? Get that on out of there. We'll have to keep an eye on the map ban priorities here. There's been a little bit of back and forth between Phoenix and Hanzo this week. I know this is a difficult matchup for each of these teams to kind of figure out, determine which one they want to go with. That one is, like I said, definitely something different. Hanzo has been sort of the traditional, you can fit him in anywhere range carry. And now we just got to see, like I said, where do we see Phoenix coming in if he gets banned? I'm trying to think of some other things coming in here. Just, again, a couple little midweek tweaks. Nerfs to popular talents on heroes such as Medivh. Malfurion saw about a 5% reduction in his...
All right, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to NGS.
And his effective healing as well.
East Week 1. This is Kentucky.
Get rid of that. First man coming through in 15 seconds. Team Skyarch on the right. KMC on the left. Phoenix removal. And Hanzo, so no one gets a range carry. At least the two popular ones right now. Maiev, Medivh, and Garrosh all left up on the board. Those are going to be the popular sort of meta heroes here. Both supports also left open. Keep an eye on Malf and Stukov. Let's see where these teams prioritize these different heroes. Quite often, if you get the early Malfurion pick, you can expect it backed up with a quick mage in order to sort of guarantee that wave clear and that burst damage. Let's have to see where they wind up going here. With the removal of Phoenix and Hanzo, it doesn't change the draft too much. Tomb of the Spider Queen, the kind of map that just favors straight up wave clear heroes and siege damage. This should open up a little bit for some different picks. Maybe some Jaina, maybe a little KT, maybe a little KTZ. Let's see what we get with 10 seconds remaining on the clock. First pick, Greymane. Not really tilting their hand any one way. The issue with Greymane recently has been that he just doesn't function very well into the current tank meta. Garrosh, Diablo, and Johanna, as she's picked up there by KMC. All three of those tanks do very well in the Greymane. With the nerfs, which I believe came through about a month ago, a lot more of his power was turned on to Worgen form. And any of those three aforementioned tanks are very good at punishing him for pressing that E button. I like the Johanna. Played a fair amount of Johanna last season. Found it okay, but have definitely found her moving up in the meta. Particularly with the lack of wave clear on the high priority assassins. I'd love to see the Gul'dan come in here. And it's a Stukov. Can't go wrong. The Admiral is the top tier support right now. I have to believe his involvement in NGS games is through the roof. Pagings is the Pagings is a Dolv. Maybe Stack Guy can help us out with that for the next week. The rotation here on the opposite side for Team Skyarch would seem to be pretty simple. Tank and support would have to be a pretty high priority here, unless they feel like they will pick up an advantage by grabbing an early solo laner. I wouldn't mind going into the Anubarak if you want to reach outside on the tank meta here. That being said, Diablo would be an extremely strong pickup even without any DPS showing. You'll have the opportunity to ban out something that you would be afraid of. 5 seconds left here for Team Skyarch. Let's see what their picks are before the secondary ban phase. Arthas Morales. Backing up the gray main with the Arthas removal. Arthas can function in either spot, solo lane, or main tank. His solo laning has been tuned down a little bit. I think he even loses out a little bit harder to Haka right now. Chat, help me out. I'm not sure when I want to see come out for the bans here. I think this would have to be a targeted ban for KMC that would back up whatever it is they want their draft comp to go into. There's just not a lot shown here on the opposite side for Team Skyarch. However, in the Dahaka ban, I'm not sure about a Dahaka ban on Tomb. If you're gunning for either the Blaze or the Sonya, I would remove the other. KMC sees something here. They change it up and they go into variant. Interesting. I kind of like that ban. I think it has the opportunity to throw Team Skyarch for a little bit of a loop. What does this variant mean? I see you, Cobra. I appreciate it. Maybe we could get down sometime. On the flip side, I think here you want to go with whatever you perceive as the scariest wave clear sort of mage to be backed up, just to protect the Arthas. Any one of Gul'dan, Jaina, or Kael'thas would be something that I'm okay with. That also kind of depends a little bit on maybe a little bit of scouting, maybe a little bit of knowledge these teams have gleaned before the game. Osami Okami, thank you for the host. Greatly appreciated. Diablo ban. Not where I was expecting. 2 tank bans with 2 tanks chosen. I'm wondering if these teams have maybe had some sort of agreement beforehand. The Diablo removal and the variant removal doesn't really tell us anything about either of these drafts. I got a ton of heroes still left on the board. I want a Jaina and a Blaze here. Maybe Sonya. But I know I want that Jaina. At the very least, I want that Kael'thas. I don't feel like you need Gul'dan here. It's good, but you have so much wave clear in Johanna, you need to start applying pressure. The Maiev, which was left open, and the Leo. Good rotation. Different. I like it. Leoric changes coming through midweek. 1 second CD reduction on Spooky Hand. Picked up a little bit of auto attack damage as well to help out with that early game wave clear. And despite the fact that it's Tomb of the Spider Queen, we've got Abath and Illidan. Let's go. What is this? I don't know, but I think I like it. A little spice coming out here from Team Skyarch. Nerds. Hosami, you're a nerd too. We're in this on HOTS, dog. We're all nerds. Now what do you do? Abath or Illidan on one side. Need a durable backliner, somebody that's going to be able to survive whatever the dive is. I mean, this is all auto attack. Greymane, Arthas, Illidan bearing down. I hope KMC doesn't overreact with a blind. They just pick some sort of a durable backliner that's still going to contribute to the rest of the team fight. I think the question is whether they feel like the picks on one side is enough to pivot the Leoric from Entomb into March of the Black King that dramatically restructures the way that you want to have your team fights work. It is Cassia. So they do go with the blind. I don't mind it. I think you have enough wave clear to back it up. My worries a little bit when teams sort of react naturally to the Illidan is that are you practiced enough on that Cassia to make that much of an impact over the long course of a game? Cassia, though, a fantastic counter to Illidan. I do think she has the best blind in the game right now. You can talent into it, but even just in the base kit the way that it is, I like it. Game 1, Team Skyarch versus KMC. We're here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Murloc's on one side, Brightwing's on the other. Cuteness abounds, ladies and gentlemen. But I think that bad blood is about to simmer up to the top. Let's see what these teams have. Tomb, not one of the super common maps that we get too often in NGS. Again, I'm always surprised when Infernal Shrines isn't picked up. But Tomb and Cursed, two very different maps here. We'll see if KMC can execute their game plan for their map choice. This Abathur Illidan on Tomb is going to be just neat. Double blinds, Maiev. Where is he? There he is. Over here on Team Skyarch. Skyarch Cap. Putting himself in that Illidan spot. He ain't afraid. M58 go get on the Morales. Flippy is going to be playing the Abathur. Touch of Chaos here on the Greymane. Lagging behind in Hearth. I'm assuming he's going to join the team unless this is some sort of pocket strat I don't know about. Womack on the Arthas. Team Skyarch. And on the flip side for Kentucky Murloc Chicken, Classicoso on the Leoric. Norian will be playing the Maiev. Gokue on the Stukov. Undead 752 will be playing Johanna. And Brogine throwing the blinds out on the Cassia. Get our level 1 picks up there. Maiev building into the Umbral Bind. That's going to be Thunderstroke on Cassia. Laws of Hope for Joe. Fealty unto Death, my favorite talent for Leo on level 1. You're playing for the late game anyway. Oh, what's the Illidan? Battered Assault, Illidan, and Carapace build early as Team Skyarch concedes the initial wave clear. Arthas here popping in on the bottom from Womack. Arch and the boys. Gonna have an interesting time trying to figure out how these early game rotations are gonna work. They're bodied out hard by what's showing on the opposite side. As we follow the map rotation here. They're ahead in XP right now. They're sort of playing behind. It's going to be a question of how much Abathur is going to provide. Get these teams to level 10. Oh, yep. Okay. A little bit of bees. No bad blood here. These teams good friends. I'm sure that's going to change by the end of this series. Again, click, easy, cool. An easy clear. We got a couple of Abathur mines coming out. On the bottom lane, the Leo with the early advantage into the Arthas. Flippy providing the extra means for Leo to get value out of that cleave talent early. Gem count pretty even. 20 apiece on each side. We can start to see where the XP is headed. This is going to turn into about a quarter of a level lead. I'd like the rotation here from KMC. Dropping back to Cassia, as well as the Stukov onto their camp. A little late here for Skyarch. They're not quite picking it up, but to be honest with you, they've just been very focused on making sure that they are not missing as many waves as possible. I think they know that given the wave clear loss, they're going to be there missing out. We have just a few mines here. Lying in wait. Arch going in. This with a quick sweeping strike just for a little bit of poke. Nothing doing. And that engagement is all she wrote. Quick push bottom. Good rotations here coming out from KMC. I like when teams... Listen, even if you can question what the plan is, at least they have something that they're willing to action. Stukov chipping in here with Leo. And now we'll keep it on the midwave here as the Mage Armor Merc Minion going unopposed. This is going to be at least a front wall. This is a tough collapse. And it looks like Gogan's going to be grabbed by the Maiev. Does he get the tether on? Does not. The blind end. The lurking arm coming out from Stukov, but without the Umbral Blind, there's nothing to bring Morales back to the fight. Womack coming on the back. He's got a one-man Howling Rast. Right in the middle of KMC. Arthas getting crazy value as Skyarch going unopposed at the back with the Illidan. He's flipping around. He's got 4 members here. Picks the Stukov off. Eats the tether from Maiev. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Womack going hard. He's got 26 gems, and he gives them up at the wall. 3 for 1. Guys, I know we moved into spring, but I think Skyarch might just be getting hit with a snowball. 46 gems. They'll start to turn in. The Abathur Mine's there. I think it's a value for Vision. A huge wave bottom. I'd like to see KMC go ahead and pick this up, particularly before they move on that turn in. Our plucky Leoric will pick it up. Level 7 will be locked in here soon. We'll throw these talents on up. Stacking talents a little slow. 10 procs for Arthas here on Frost Presence. We'll just throw up those quest rewards again. He wants to get to 20 and 4 minutes in, getting 10. Not bad. That first turn-in is picked up. As level 7 comes online, we'll lock it in, let you guys see the talents. The counter camp picked up by Team Skyarch. A good bit of momentum going back the other way. This should help clean up mid. Usually that middle camp is enough. There's one thing to highlight here. Do we have Surge of Light? We do! Thank you, Brogine, on the Cassia. Surge of Light, one of my favorite talents in the game. It sneaks up on you. It's also the one talent that really allows Cassia to just, every once in a while, 1v3 people. Womack getting pulled in by the tether. KMC looking to get the follow-up. Only Classicoso can provide the spooky hand. A little bit too far out from running at 752 on the Johanna to pull in on the Condemn. This top Web Weaver is going to get a well, is likely to get the fort. Womack under pressure here. He's at about 35% health. Trying to dodge that Umbral Blind. He goes back in to get the proc. Cassia would defend. But all of that damage a bit incidental in the face of Morales. There's a deep dive from Maiev, but a 3-man root from Womack is going to push them off. Meanwhile, what's our slug up to? What's happening, Flippy? You comfortable? Having a good time? You're about to die. What do we got here? There's the tap. Up top, we're going to see Keep Wall go down. Skyarch looking to poke a little bit with the Illidan, but he is right back out. Good play here from KMC as they wind up bullying 5-man top. This gets at least the Keep Wall. They're going to have a little bit of difficulty if they can avoid the Howling Blast, but it does not come out here from Womack. Good pickup. That XP has absolutely exploded. This is a free boss right now for KMC. At this Web Weaver phase, what we were looking at was at the start of 1-level lead at 10-7. Obviously, this has taken a little bit of a life of its own. We're now looking at a situation in which this is a 3-level lead. Boss is going to be picked up quite easily here. But they're saving that bottom keep. A little bit of a feign here. Skyarch knew what was happening. They don't have those tools, baby. Level 7 not good enough to contest. Only 39 gems picked up now from Skyarch. I would have to suspect that this is a keep. I want to implore KMC, do not leave this boss until that building goes down. I'm not sure they can really end it here without the Web Weaver backup. I think this boss, by the time he gets through the keep, is going to be down by half. Maiev going in. There's an Entomb onto the Morales. She cannot move out of that Silence Entomb pit. Classicoso picking up the kill. The Warden's Cage not doing too much. May cause a little bit of problems here on the counter engages. Illidan and Arthas go down to Cassia the Blind. And Norian on the Maiev. And I spoke too soon. Hey, we got a Valkyrie just to push it off there. A Touch of Chaos will wind up working back into the Hearthstone. But this is a 25% boss that's going to be working on our core. And ladies and gentlemen, we are keeping with the Professor Bobo tradition of ending games extremely quickly. I've had a 10-minute game, a 9-minute game. And this baby is over in 7. Well then. Well, quick there. Oh, we can take a peek at these stats, but not really sure what we're going to see. Huh. So that was a quick one. I'm hopeful that with Cursed Hollow, we've got ourselves a little bit of a longer game. I know 7 minutes may be a thrilling encounter for some. However, I've got a triple header. I'm just trying to get myself into a little bit of a rhythm. That one went quick. Again, map 2 here will be Cursed Hollow. This is the choice of Team Skyarch. I'm wondering actually if maybe that Abathur Illidan was a little bit of a warm-up. Maybe we were thinking, hey, let's get ready for game 2. Could be wrong, though. KMC goes ahead 1 map to 0. We'll go ahead and get our lobby thrown up here. Not too much to say after that game. That game was over right quick. So we go ahead and work on our lobby moves here. Again, Cursed Hollow, listen, it's a different map. It's going to be a little bit more macro-based. You're going to be able to avoid those early team fights. Brogene, thank you for the follow. A special shout out to everybody watching right now. One thing that I did not expect was to be able to be this close to affiliate status. We're getting close there. Had about 37 followers coming in. I believe we're up to, what are we, in the magic 40s right now? Let's check and see if our teams are ready. One of our players a little bit short on jumping into the lobby. We'll make sure we'll get him in there before we go ahead and proc this bad boy. And if you're just joining us, this is Division B East, Week 1, Kentucky Murloc Chicken versus Team Skyarch. KMC have jumped ahead, grabbed the first game in very, very fast manner. Let's see if I can go ahead and pull in my co-caster. It looks like he's no longer undead. I don't know about that. All right. A little bit of a delay here. Again, apologies. One of our players trying to reconnect here into the lobby. These teams do have plenty of time to go ahead and make sure that they get their 5th in there. Might be just a little bit of connection issues at the same time. I'm going to see if I can jump in. Maybe get myself a co. Hey, there we go. Team set. We'll give them a couple seconds here just to sort of get readied up. Make sure everybody's all good. Excellent. Draft is incoming. Game 2 here. Heading to Cursed Hollow. KMC looking to pick up the domination. Skyarch, we're hoping that Abathur Illidan was a little bit of a warm-up for Game 2. I wouldn't be opposed to the first pick Abathur ban. Again, could be just a different bit of a strategy. Playing for the draws here. Unless Skyarch just got their drafts mixed up. And they had the Curse draft for the first game. And then we're going to see the Tomb draft now. This could be yet another wrinkle that we throw in here to try to keep our opponents a little off balance. Hanzo being hovered here for KMC. Hanzo and Phoenix did not make it through our first set of bans. We took both of the carries away. Would not be opposed, quote unquote, to see that happen on the on this Cursed Hollow selection. As the Hanzo is taken away. For those of you new to NGS, sets are at best of 2. 3 points for a win. 1 point for the draw. Right now, each division, as we go, with the exception of Heroic Division, really like 12 to 13 teams apiece. 8 teams this year will make this season will make the playoffs. Picking up draws early in the season is incredibly important. It's not only just picking up, that small accumulation of points, but on top of that, you're denying points to your opponents, which will certainly come into effect later in the season as we're trying to figure out who sneaks on in, who can find themselves in a better position. 8 teams making the playoffs from both East and West regions is a massive increase. Last season it was only 4. Hanzo and Phoenix removed. Nobody wants to play those auto-attacking Rangers. Maybe both teams have an idea to get in each other's faces this game. The Math Magician, I see you there, buddy, rooting for KMC. Cheers, thank you for joining. First pick coming out in 10 seconds. KMC digging deep into this count. First pick Dahaka. Opt in for the globals. Dahaka, a little bit of a slight rework, putting some power into the W build on Dahaka, which will provide sustain in longer laning phases. At the same time, his sort of global counterpart, Falstad, saw changes to Lightning Rod, with a Wingman buff coming in at level 1. With the Dahaka being picked up, a number of heroes automatically come into mind. The sort of standard globals being Brightwing and Falstad, also ETC with a stage dive moves up in priority. The Brightwing, the immediate answer. I think Brightwing might be the favorite hero of the most persons in NGS. We have a lot of Fairy Dragon lovers, and there's the ETC. So we've got Global, followed by Global, followed up by a Global. Are we going to get the Falstad here? Are we going to get some Zagara? Abathur's still on the board as well. Options abound here for KMC. Skyarch going with the double global play. You'll see you can play ETC in the offlane, by the way. It's okay. Dahaka lacks a little bit of early game clear. He tends to lose out to the likes of Sonya, Blaze, even Artanis right now can be a bit of a problem. And with the way that ETC works, if you move into Ekopella at level 7, he winds up picking enough wave clear at that point that you can use him as a sort of quasi-offlaner. You use the global on stage dive. But early in the game, he's not bad if you can play the globe deny game. I'm not sure if Skyarch plans on using him as the main tank of the off here. Stukov picked up yet again. And Murden. We're coming out with you with the old school drafts. We've had some Greymane, Abathur Illidan. This game, we've got the ETC Murden matchup going on. Sprinkled in with a little bit of our high meta heroes. So we see Stukov picked up twice before the secondary ban phase by KMC. With the setup that we have here, it's forward momentum for KMC. Dahaka and Murden strongly capable of diving. I think actually a Greymane ban here is not a terrible idea. Camp clear, boss control, and dive. All of those factors would point to the Greninja working very well with what Kentucky Murloc Chicken have here. Let's see what the direction go. Like I said, hoping for a Greymane ban unless you want to snap it up here for yourself. Maiev ban. Tough to tell how great Maiev was in a 7-minute game. You don't get too many of those great plays. Maiev taken off the board. Kentucky Murloc Chicken. What did they move into? With the Dahaka ban, I'd like to see the Sonya ban. With the Dahaka pickup, I'd like to see that Sonya ban. They're highlighting it right now. I think it's a great pickup. Sonya's fantastic on this map. Fantastic into Dahaka. I do think this is a better Sonya map than a better Blaze map. And KMC has already picked up their off. Taking the strongest away from Skyarch. Abathur Illidan's still up. Like I said, guys, if you just had 7 minutes of practice, it's right here to be snapped. Couple less blinds on the other side as well. I could see Greymane. I could see a Jaina. Or maybe flex a little bit here. Dip ourselves into a spec. Blaze Tychus picked up. Good rotation. Tychus to deal with the strong front line of Dahaka Muradin. There's some CC on Kentucky Murloc's side, but it's not enough that's going to prevent Tychus, hopefully, from getting the job done. Blaze pickup, just good into Dahaka. Nice easy wave clear. He's going to provide good delay on the tribute. Bunker is busted right now. I don't think there's a situation in which you wouldn't like to have a bunker. Now we move into the 4th and 5th selections for Kentucky Murloc Chicken. Again, is Greymane going to be an active participant in either of these sides? Falstad and Cassia picked it once. Why not go with it? Also, the addition of the secondary global. As someone who has both Muradin and Falstad above level 30, I've got to tip my hat to KMC's draft because it's warm in my heart. We'll see if Skyarch can come back here. What is this last pick going to wind up being? If they were thinking about Illidan, why not want it now? Can we throw up the Falstad? Where is he? There he is. I like it. Shout out to Norian there for picking the bird. I'm always happy when Swiftwing and his pet Falstad move on up in the meta. Last pick here, we need some form of range damage. Again, you know, Gul'dan, Jaina, even a Li Ming actually would not surprise me. To go with the Tychus, try to find yourself a finisher. Try to find yourself something that's going to spike through those big health pools. Once minigun goes down, everybody's kind of lower. You're going to be able to get the resets. Luna. So Bambi trots on in. Team Skyarch going with the persistent poison damage. Good bit of slow. Lunar damage not great into Stukov, but Lunara and Tychus provides you with some different avenues to find some kills. It's going to provide an incredible amount of kite. We'll have to see what the ETC goes with here. 4 out of 5 heroes have the stuns. Remember, we did see a Valkyrie picked up in our Tomb of the Spider Queen game. Brogine was on the Cassia in that game. I don't know if Valkyrie's the pick here. If only because ETC, Blaze, Tychus are going to be kind of clumped up, and Ball Lightning does very well into Brightwing as well. That Valkyrie, if you wind up picking up the wrong target, you bring the Brightwing in. If she survives, she's going to wind up popping that Emerald Wind and give you a whole host of problems. As we move into game 2 here. Kentucky Murloc Chicken up 1-0 on Team Skyarch. This Div B matchup, hey, we're hoping for a little bit of a longer set than, I don't know, 7 minutes. The Mathematician wants to know, is anyone in KMC actually from Kentucky? We can assume someone likes chicken. We know everybody likes Murlocs.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Let's see who comes away with this one. KMC in the lead, looking to pick up that second win. Goku once again on that Stukov. Norian jumping over on the Falstad. Classic Koso on the Dahaka. Undead 752 will be jumping onto the Muradin. Brogine backing it up. 2 games in a row on Acacia. And on the flip side, for Team Skyarch, Touch of Chaos will be playing the Lunara. M58 Gogan will be on the Blaze. Skyarch himself, the Cap, flexing on the Tychus. Flippy will be moving into the Brightwing, and Womack will be playing the ETC. A little bit of an old school flavor here on Curse. Goku scouting that bush out already. I want to see if anybody wants to make a little bit of a sneaky play. Blaze hovering bottom as Skyarch looking to pick up an early level 1 XP lead. Let's take a look at this talents as both teams look to clear that first wave. Classicoso grabs the drag onto a minion, not the target he wanted. A quick slide in from Womack. No isolation coming in. Both of these teams trading CC, trading damage out. No harm done. Gogan down here. Hey, what's happening? Heads up with that dinosaur. 3-man top. I like this 3-1-1. Falstad and Dahaka will be holding down off lanes. Great anchor here from 7-5-2. Undead. Showing that he might not be living, but he still got them brains. Let's see if he picks up the Luna here. Hits on the Stormbolt. The miss on that weighted pustule from Goku probably stopped that kill. Gogan moving up on the here on the Blaze as we get the jet propulsion in. Skyarch will resist that top push and down bottom. That's an extinct dino. Norian moves down to cover that bottom lane. Skyarch picking up first blood in this game. At the 1 minute 30 mark, Brogine will jump over on the Cassia. Keep an eye out. This tribute set to spawn down here in the bottom lane. This is a strong camp pickup. I like that play. There really is no counterplay. The globals come online a little later if Womack is going to move into stage dive, and I wouldn't expect Flippy to move up top right now. Top lane Murden holding off Lunara and Blaze. Classicoso sharking around here. XP advantage through that first level kill and that extra wave picked up by Blaze. Let's see if Classicoso can hit the tongue. A little off there. Flippy winds up moving away. Arch taking the hammer. Norian steps up. There's the Womack move in. But the bird crosses the other side of the road. And Norian will live. A little bit of pressure here. Mid. Keep an eye out on top. I want to see when Muradin winds up making the move. Undead's got his trait, I would have to believe. Is he going to take the tap or is he just going to roll out? There he goes. Keep an eye on Gogan. We got a little bit of scramble down here as Womack finds himself on the opposite side of Norian. Falstad, with that lightning rod, winds up pushing ETC away. Skyarch set up for triple soak. We got that bush meta. Luna baby, please don't be the first one through. I think Skyarch is going to give this one up, and I like this move. They will. Mid wall being picked up here. There's no real delay attempt available. Weighted pustule coming out on a Womack on the ETC. Quick dive in from Undead 752. He's got Flippy on the Brightwing locked in there. The polymorph comes out. It's a lack of CC. Classicoso does not advance through that shrub mid, so it's a trib. Meanwhile, they're trading out some structure damage. Gogan gets that top wall. Winds up taking the gate. Most of that top wall is gone, and we've got a defensive setup here. Just keeping an eye highlighting where that next trip will wind up being. Level 7 will be online shortly. KMC, much like in the first game, they've worked camps very early, and I like seeing this. Even though the camp rotations may be a little late, that's the kind of thing you expect to see cleaned up later in the season. On the flip side, Skyarch, Flippy, Touch of Chaos will wind up picking their own Bruiser camp. As that tribute pops, both of these Bruiser camps will wind up running it down mid, banging on into each other. Womack moving up through the jungle here. We'll get our level 7s thrown on up. Always keeping an eye on that Luna talent. Nature's Culling is picked up. Mystified. Picked up on the Brightwing. This is a little bit of a different Brightwing build here. We've got Bribe, Manic Pixie, and Mystified. If you're a Brightwing main hanging out in chat right now, tell me why this build works. Tell me why it doesn't work. I haven't played that little Hellspawn lately. 1-to-1 in tribs. Top lane being pressured out. Goku with a quick lurking arm. Womack is going to punish it with the ETC slide in. Jet propulsion at the back does not get through. A ton of damage coming out on all three heroes from KMC. Did they wind up picking up the Murden? No commit underneath the tower. An Undead 752 skates out. Good job body blocking that jet propulsion, preventing the blaze from applying additional damage. In the mid lane here, Klesakoso moving KMC's camp on up to the wall. This is 1-to-1 trib fight right now. Womack and Touch of Chaos will slide down. Klesakoso's got one burrow. He's going to have to use it effectively. He is stuck already. Touch of Chaos on the Lunar is going to be able to kite him out. The polymorph interrupts the burrow. Oh, and there's no answer for that. Flippy, shout out, brother. Down goes the Dino. The second kill on Dahaka. Skyarch moving on in. There's a jet propulsion coming out of the Murden with a power slide from ETC. He's going to have the bump. Murden goes down. This will be the second trib here. Just taking a quick peek on bottom lane. Norian has removed Skyarch's wall. He's working on the camp. There's a quick little dive here. Goku being an absolute pest over that wall. He gets the delay. I like that delay play. Shout out to Goku there. Helps getting additional push going bot lane. This is going to be a quick boss play 6 minutes in. So Team Skyarch has seen this XP kind of shift in both directions. They had the early XP lead. They grabbed themselves a kill. They're actually 3-0 up in terms of kills. But the last two tribute phases, they have not had enough soak in the off lane to wind up getting the level 10 early. However, with the 2 tribute lead, they'll be able to pick up this boss. They will not have level 10 in time to get down here for this second boss pickup. Are they going to make the move down? I'd have to anticipate that they know what KMC is doing. They don't really have the play to be made here. Top boss. Not have much of a wall to contest with. He'll be full health as he moves on to the fort. The better push is going to belong to KMC, though. Keep an eye down here. This bottom fort is going to go down real quick. 10's coming online. Brightwing moves on in. Odin. Thornwood Vine. Emerald Wind. Mosh Pit and Combustion from Blaze. Good boot from Womack there. Klesakoso moving in. He's certainly got plenty of trait ready to go as Gogan moves in on the flank here. Both teams ready to go 5-on-5. Odin is popped. Womack coming in. He's going immediately in with a Mosh Pit. It immediately gets interrupted. Mosh Pit and Combustion both go down. Skyarch providing the damage as Murden comes in with the Avatar. The Fen coming out from the Brojin as he winds up sharking for kills. Goku puts the lurking arm out. He's got 3 people in it, but Womack is going to push in. He picks up a kill. Dahaka goes down. Womack hard on the chase. Stukov picked up. And the Brightwing heals more than enough to keep that ETC sustained at 25% health. First tribute, first curse going the way of Skyarch. They'll drop back. Both of these bosses wound up pushing keep walls. Gogan will wind up picking up KMC's boss. Falstad moving on up through the top here. That was a great team fight. Just a lot of big blows coming out here. And the ETC Brightwing combo did a great job in that. Keeping the tank alive. Womack went early. Power slide. Can we get the face meld on the Cassia? Don't even need it. Cassia going down. We've got a lot of keep walls under pressure here. But just going back to that team fight over the trib. In my mind, the biggest play came right in the beginning is Womack used the face melt to prevent the Dahaka tongue coming out. It really stopped what looked like KMC's plan to engage. Get a tongue. Use the Murden. Isolate a target. You can drop Fend and a Silence Pool on it. And that face melt really preventing that early engage. Start moving around the map here a little bit. Is this a triple fort play? Did they only get 2? I hope Skyarch will go at it here. I think the captain wants it. Minigun damage, heading out on a Murden. A little bit of a chase. Stormbolt hits no one, but this is going to be a triple fort play. Good damage coming out from Arch. Leading this game with 18k so far right now. So all 3 forts removed. Let's check the damage on that top keep. Not bad. Half that keep gone. You can see already. Skyarch establishing their win condition. Huge pickup here getting that keep down to about half health because it allows them to have a constant threat anytime top boss is up. And just considering KMC has only picked up 1 tribute right now, if Skyarch can maybe grab the second, prevent KMC from picking up that all-important second trib, that top boss is going to have an incredible amount of threat onto the macro play in this game. Our next tribute is all set to go bottom. He brought down here. Undead 752 looks like he's scouting through the bush here. Norian, what you got, brother? Skyarch, winner, chicken dinner. Falstad going down 7-0 in terms of kills. Great rebound here in game 2. That first game over in 7 minutes. Just looked like Skyarch was really unprepared based on what we're seeing here. In this second game, they have thoroughly controlled the macro game as well as the kill count. 7-0. Going to be tough to come back. 16s will be 3/4 of a level away. Skyarch will walk this bruiser camp on in. They still got a little bit of major armor coming out. It's going to be tough to get that extra bit of backline damage. Falstad Hammer will clean it up. Womack coming in. Power slide into the face melt. I think the face melt interrupted what Gogan had going on there. ETC is going to be in big trouble as the Mighty Gust comes out. Undead 752 on that. Murden is going to wind up zoning away. ETC going down. A great combustion comes out. It's got Norian with a dot, and nobody can help him out. Odin being focused here as Cassia chases. Kosa with the tongue. As it looks like the Odin is not going to have enough armor to live through this. Archie gets on out. Jet propulsion coming on in. A little bit of poke on the Murden. That's a nice trade for KMC. They wind up winning that one in the long run. Again, the when you're behind, kills are going to be more. You're going to get a little bit of an extra pickup. We'll wind up moving on down here to see over this trip. This is a 4v4 fight. Flippy at the front, looking to get the poke. Classicoso has an excellent opportunity here to get a tongue on. He gets it onto the bright wing at the back. Brogene with that Cassia is going to follow up. Great Stormbolt from Undead 752. Let's see if he jumps over the wall here to chase on this Luna. Just a bit of zone. Fly down from Norian on the Falstad. 2 trips picked up. So now we're in this position that we talked about where Skyarch has not disrupted the trip count. Oh, and KMC, I think they... it's tough. 16 into 14. Tough to make the aggressive play, but they're going to... Looks like they're going to wind up trading bosses out here. Let's see what the race is looking like. Half health here. Mostly done there. Classicoso looking to pick up that extra bit of experience and try to propel KMC to 16. Quick look at our talents here. A little bit of a different Stukov build than we may be normally accustomed to. Lingering Spines picked up instead of the difficult virulent reaction. 30 stacks already on Thunderstroke. 10 more for Cassia. Both teams are going to have boss concerns. Surprise Scars. Looks like they're just letting this go. Yep. They're going to eat the curse. With the 16 advantage as well, they feel like the boss has more threat than the Trib and the curse. Let's keep an eye on this right here. Right now, they've got 2 forts. No damage on bottom keep. They've got a good bit of movement around the map. Gogan's not going to have any issues clearing. Flippy can wind up being anywhere. Top, keep, lives. Do they have enough time to delay this? Thornwood Vine. Delayed. Wow. Both teams man enough. Dahaka looking for the point. The tongue goes out, gets no value. Goku has already dropped his lurking arm. The Odin is going to be popped to the back. Combustion is going to catch at least 3 members. The Gust comes out. Gogan, meanwhile, will be able to walk out. Watch out for the mosh pit here. It's got 4 members, and Gust is gone. Applying pressure to the false start at the back. Touch of Chaos looking to clean it up here. Goku in huge trouble on his Stukov. This team is split. He'll go down to the poison damage. Womack is going to trade it out hard. Gogan, meanwhile, looking to pick up and see if he can wind up man in the front. Classicoso stuck into a corner. 2 for 1. The delay I did not think that they could get is there. Team Skyarch, can they find this bottom keep? Boys, go for it, please. You've got 20 seconds before Stukov is back. They need to clear this wave up. Gogan will grab it. Chaos is... There it is. Just 1 shot of Thornwood Vine was enough. Norian winds up jumping bot here. 2 trips to 1. But with that keep being gone, it's going to take all of the resources available to KMC to pressure out. Arch and the boys want to pick up this camp. Pixie Charm coming into play. This is going to pressure middle keep. I think I want to see KMC give this one up. They're going to have to clean that one up. This is a half health keep. The resources required to get here, it's going to be both of your globals. Looks like they will concede. Camp cleaned up. Take a look at our quest progress here. Still not finished with Seasoned Marksman. It's been late for Dahaka as well. Only 7 stacks on Enhanced Agility. 19 stacks on Murden with the Stormbolt. Team Skyarch backing up. Looking to make some more of those macro plays. 35 strokes on Thunderstroke. One more globe for Tychus. He'll pick it up with his camp here. The extra range with dash will be coming through. As we take a look at the damage here. Luna catching up. Caught up to the Tychus. Arch in the lead. Conceding to his teammate. I don't think he's going to mind who's winning the damage battle right now, considering that this map is quite red.
Gather tribute or face my curse.
And we got a curse point fight. Right now, if you're on the side of KMC, if you give this up, I think you can anticipate that this is going to be the end of the game. You're going to be behind on your level 20s. This fight is, despite the fact that the map is heavily favored in red, this is it right here. If KMC wins, you can see them marching through bottom. And if it's Skyarch, they've got access to both top and middle. Minigun coming out. Strong bit of damage going out as immediately the isolation comes in. Finds a target, and ETC is stuck inside that lurking arm. This could be a mop-up. Flailing swipe coming out as Gogin gets a ton of damage out on his combustion. The Odin is popped. Despite being down 4v5, this is a ton of chase. The Falstad in big trouble. Gogin looking to get a little bit more damage onto the bird. And all of that leads to a curse. Well played by Team Skyarch. They lost their ETC immediately, but the combination... Oh, hold on a minute here. We've got a tongue coming out onto the Tychus. Gogin picking up the slack here again. Lunara goes down, but this is just going to be a delay until the end of the game. Low health bars. Looks like Gogin, Arch, and Flippy looking to prevent KMC from backing. Guys. Core. Bottom being sieged up. We've got a Brightwing, a Tychus, and a Blaze down here. Gogin, big shout out. The ETC's been heavily focused in this game. In that spot, finally, KMC was able to get the lurking arm onto the cow to convert that kill. A little bit of a jump back here from Norian as he takes a good bit of damage. Classic Koso pops trait. We saw a marksman taken here. So, despite the fact that that curse was picked up, really no great structure damage. 58% on that core. Skyarch is sharking for the boss. I think this is the correct play here. Keep an eye on Norian. If he steps up past this wave, he is absolutely gone. Level 20 is going to be picked up. Let's throw our talents up here just in case. 54% core. Both teams know this is where it's at. Oh, boy. Do we have Gus? We do. That's a 4-man interrupted mosh pit. However, combustion is coming through. Flailing swipe to cancel it out. Watch out because this boss is doing damage. Womack could be in trouble. He's stuck in a corridor. Can we get a little bit of layered CC? The Emerald Wind comes out. Cassia is in huge trouble. Stukov getting knocked back as well. Norian on the flank here. He's got a big shot at a hammer. Can he hit a couple targets? Team's trading damage out. Bye-bye, birdie. I like that flank play coming out from Norian, but too much damage on the other side. Core shields removed all this time. We've got Caddis pushing 2 lanes. Due to that Falstad kill, Team Skyarch is going to be able to go ahead and pick themselves up a boss. They survive through a great lurking arm. They also survive through the boss hammer in their tank. Let's see if they use this pressure to end the game. It looks like they're going to use a little bit of that Pixie Charm magic. Wind up putting pressure in other lanes. This is a double boss play. Like with the curse to back it up. Anything neat going on here? Big red button coming out. Looks like a bunch of heroic upgrades. Keep an eye on this bad boy. Folks, we got Death Metal. Death Metal wins games. Wind Tunnel picked up. The Splash on Isolation at level 20 as well. Skyarch is going to pick this boss on up. This is a 20v20 fight. The one thing that worries me here for Team Skyarch is that despite having a win condition in 2 lanes, they have not ended the game. 51% on the core, yes, that's a massive problem, especially with double boss push. But if there's any way that KMC can clean this up, because of the fact that this game is into the 20s and the double global, this could wind up being a big problem if KMC can find a couple of picks. Got an eye on Gogin here. Does he want to use the jet propulsion to enter? pops it onto the Murd, and he's going to wind up zoning off in this hallway. Skyarch moving in. There's the combustion comes out. He's got an opportunity to hit multiple people. Wind tunnel is procced. Classic Koso has to use trait in order to survive. And the Odin comes out. This boss is at full health. It is going to start the march on up to the core. Big problem here. This boss has only got 50% to go through. There's the swipes coming out from Goku. He is stuck on the other side. Big red button coming out, trying to get some focus onto him. ETC slides in. Womack is going to get the boot back on Undead 752. The bird is in big trouble. There is just a ton of damage coming out here. But at the end of the day, this core is going to go down. The earlier damage on the core, too much. And Skyarch earns themselves the 1-1 split. We've got ourselves a draw. Got ourselves a really good second game there. A great comeback from Skyarch. That first game just looked like, I don't know, maybe they were not quite ready. Looked like that Abba Illidan play maybe just a bit too much. Let's see if we can go ahead and grab Arch. Jump ourselves on in. See if we can get ourselves a little bit of an interview. So Skyarch in their first appearance of the season, they wind up picking themselves up a draw. Also got to queue up Goku. As well. So first game went down in 7 minutes. Second game took a little bit longer. Got ourselves all the way to level 20. Skyarch really controlled the map well there. They really prevented the double globals from KMC from having a great bit of effect because of their commitment to merc camps. They were also able to pick up 1 or 2 kills in the laning phase. And that really set them up to get up there for the tribs. I think the key, if anybody wants to look back, in my opinion, at 16-16, the Lunara being able to get all the way from bottom lane to top lane and get that last second Thornwood Vine on the Dahaka to delay that tribute was a huge, huge influence in that game. Lobby for interview. Come on, boys. It's NGS. We want to talk to our captains. Pop on in. Get our little score update. Let everybody know what was going on. As this series winds up 1-1. After this game, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of a break. I'm going to need about 25 minutes just to go ahead and get myself all ready for the second game. This is a Saturday night triple header. If you want to tune in here, we're going to follow this up. Coming up next, we have on the other side of Division B, Victorious Juniors and gillyShark. Both of those teams looking to wrap their weeks up. And I can't seem to get anybody. Our third game of the evening. Let me just make sure that I have this matchup and these right. We'll be moving into C West at the end of the evening. Psycho Swarm will be going up against Rush B. That'll be C West. That game is at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Again, that one will be the third game in our triple header. Coming up next, Victorious Juniors and gillyShark. Hey, Archie.
How's it going, man? Yeah, I couldn't send messages to you, so I decided to join.
Good.
What's up?
Good. Jump on in. All right, buddy. I think the first thing we want to do is we want to get that first game out of the way. You went Abby Illidan on Tomb, and I thought maybe the idea was that, hey, we want to get ready for game number 2 on Cursed Hollow, so why don't we get a little bit of practice with it? Maybe we didn't have time to warm up. But what's going on in that first game?
That's what, as Murda calls it, the Team Skyarch signature comp. It's our best map. We have a really high win rate with that comp, but we were trying to just going in for fun, I think, was the main thing. We didn't. If you ever look up some of our replays on Twitch, you can find them from last season on Chair League. We have like an 80-something% win rate with the Illidan comp, and we actually beat Regen with it too, which is funny. But We kind of just do it for fun. I don't know. We're not interested in tryharding. Obviously, the second game we tryharded a little bit, but it was like, all right, well, they picked it. We gotta go with some Illidan in here. And then I think what we messed up on was we picked Greymane instead of a mage because he didn't have a comfortable mage to play as, and I could have played that. We should have swapped that, to be honest. But in the end, I think playing Illidan's just kind of like our signature.
Hey, you committed to going for it. But you know, you didn't back it up in the second game with another Illidan. Instead, moving to something a little more traditional. The key moment I thought in that second game, you guys did a great job of controlling the map, but 16-16, I think it was I believe KMC had 2 trips for a majority of that game. And you just get that Lunara Thornwood Vine and wind up collapsing that game. What's going on in comms there? Because you, like I said, you guys very narrowly escaped giving up that curse in that spot.
Oh yeah. So at first we were gonna give it up and just take the curse when we were doing boss, and then we realized that they were all at boss, and we thought, well, we can obviously get this here, and then even if we can't, Lunara should be able to make it there in time. And thankfully, it was literally at the last second that Lunara got the Thornwood Vine off. And we got to stop him, which was actually a really big win in the end, and kind of I think it led to our victory.
Well played, my friend. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Bobo, for casting us.
I believe first game of the week for you guys. First game of the season, or am I wrong on that front?
This is second game, but our first win, I guess.
All right.
We forfeited the first one because we didn't have members, but.
Okay. No problem. I apologize for missing that record on my
start,
side. Hey, no problem. Hey, listen, you're 1 for 1 when you show up. So I guess the key for Team Skyarch, get there.
Yep.
All right, guys. Floor is yours if you want to throw any shout-outs.
Geez, I don't know. I'd like to thank my team, I guess, and say hello to Ryan.
Ryan, what's happening, dog?
Yep, he got off our team last time. He's in the military now. He just got off of training.
All right.
Came to visit us for a little bit.
Excellent, man.
Yeah.
Always good to hear. Always good.
Yeah, well, thank you for casting us, Bobo.
No problem. Hey, best of luck this season. Hope to catch you guys again.
Yeah, you too, man.
When's your next game next week? If anybody wants to tune in.
Next game is Friday at 6 o'clock PST, and then we'll have both games within 4 hours.
Excellent. All right. Doing a little back-to-back.
Yeah.
All right. Skyarch, the captain of the team, eponymously named after himself, as they earned themselves a 1-1 draw with KMC.
Wait, what? Am I the captain?
Well, you've got the C, brother. That's what it means.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I never thought of it that way.
All right. Thanks again, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. See you later, dude.
All right, first game of the doubleheader. Settled. Second game of the doubleheader will be coming up in about 20 minutes. We're going to go ahead. I got to pick myself up a co-caster. Looks like my buddy Lucky will be coming on in. Once again, for those of you interested, that matchup is going to slide over to B East. We will have Victorious Juniors and gillyShark. gillyShark looking to pick up their second win of the week. Successful debut so far for NGS. For the fans of the Gilly Weed. Once again, I'm your host, Professor Bobo. Don't go anywhere. Let's go ahead and get everything set up. Like I said, I will be back shortly. 8:30 start time. We'll fire this bad boy right back up. Hope to see you there.